All right, so I will be honest. That was a little rougher for me to make. I ain't gonna lie. So I will say I did get a little emotional trying to make that, but that's just how I feel. I truly feel that like it's very important this year to be around some people you love this year for Christmas. I feel like that's a main thing you need in your life. Uh, it, it I can't imagine just going one Christmas without my family. That's just how it is. It would not feel right in my heart. I get it if you're in the military, stuff like that, but if you have the option, is what I'm saying, is that you need to take the option. Break out that comfort zone, because here's the thing, your comfort zone is what's going to stop you from getting to where you really need. I'll put on some music real quick while I'm at it too. But yeah, I'll look at chat in just a second too while I'm at this. I just need to I'll put this stuff here. But yeah, so that's pretty much what what do you call it? Let me put this instrumental thing real quick. I gotta put some music in the background so I can get rid of some Dead Space homies, you know what I mean? So I'll crud this too loud. Alright. But yeah, so I'll look at chat real quick. I need to read some of the stuff. I will say, Englishman, yeah, my English was messed up. I ain't gonna lie, in the first part of it, I was goofballing it. And yeah, I recorded it on a Monday for sure. I really did. So I will say, yeah, I recorded that on a Monday. So it was something. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Let me see real quick. Sorry about that. Thank you for the follow, GeoJet. I appreciate it, homie. Welcome in. And yeah, if you guys are wanting that mug, the mug's on the store. I'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, what do you call it? Also, I like the Skyrim joke you said there, Titan. Let's see, I meant I was going in there. Skipping Christmas this year because of COVID-19 doesn't guarantee you'll make it to Christmas next year. There's always a chance of COVID-20 could be worse. I agree with that. What do you call it? It's true. It's true, Horizon. And I'm not trying to say that, like, people should be uncautious and run out and go get, COVID or something like that. I'm saying is they shouldn't use it as an excuse to not see their family. And I get emotional seeing it because a lot of people were doing that. And, I get emotional, saying that. And I appreciate you saying that too, by the way. I got a little emotional, went to apologize to my brother who I fought with the other day. Oh, I'm happy you did, homie. Oh, dude, don't make me cry, okay? But I'm happy you did, man. It's always good to fix that kind of thing. Especially when it comes to a time where we kind of need to be together in a way. It's very good to fix those kind of situations, even though, like, no matter on who is wrong or right, it's good to fix that. So I'm happy you did, man. It makes me happy seeing something like that. I really appreciate that. And thank you for telling me and telling the chat that too. I appreciate it a lot. Let's see. Also, welcome in, GeoJet. I appreciate you coming by. I hope you're doing well today. See, I really did appreciate that wisdom. It hit a bit hard due to my family situation. I'm sorry about your family situation, homie. And thank you, I appreciate it. I was nervous even putting this thing out. To be honest with you, I thought some people were going to come at me and be like, bro, you don't care about other people because of COVID, and you're trying to influence other people to get COVID or something like that. I just had that kind of fear in my head, and I was just like, bro, I can't. But I felt like on my heart I really needed to just make that out there. And what do you call it, after having such a good week like that and experiencing what it's like to be with a lot of people, especially throughout the last week, it's something that I'm like, man, people don't have that. Some people don't have that, and that's why I even encourage, if you know someone who isn't even a part of your Christmas or needs to be a part of somebody's Christmas, that's a thing that I feel you could possibly open that door for somebody, or find a door that can go towards somebody like that. I'm not saying you should always open your house to everybody you meet, but sometimes there could be that one friend who maybe just doesn't have a right family situation, that doesn't want to, that doesn't just that can't spend a true Christmas with somebody. And it could be that you could be that person, what I mean? You could be that person that changes that for somebody else. That's one of the strong things I feel like someone has, is one of the big reasons I even made this, was that I feel like somebody has someone out there that's like, hey, I really need somewhere to be, or just, you know, a good Christmas, you know, I need, or maybe they aren't saying it verbally, but like, you could tell by looking at them that they really need to have someone with them. And so that's kind of like a big thing that really pushed me to do this, you know, that and COVID being an excuse to not see your family. And, you know, it's easier for someone like me. I can stay inside a lot and I can go out and do it, and I don't have a fear in the world of it. I mean, I still respect the law, stuff like that. But for a lot of people, they have the fear and they let it stop them. And when you're gone for so long, it will really rip your heart apart. That's just how it is, you know. It costs nothing to be kind, especially how things have been this year. Exactly. I think, and I mentioned this a while back. I think it was on an extra WhizDum Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. No, it's a thing. I tried to enter a contest for what COVID has taught us this year. And what really I think it should teach everybody in this entire year is that, like, you know, isolation's a real deal. You know, I don't think the real enemy is COVID-19 of a lot of people. I think it's isolation. I think being isolated for so long, we can also understand what it's like to be someone who's extremely lonely, because, you know, due to the isolation, and it's vastly different throughout all the states, for example, or even the world. And so it's very good to easily sit there and, you know, kind of see what it's like to be lonely. I mean, some to be honest with you, for some people, it's their everyday lives, you know? And to, you know, be able to bring somebody into that is it's a world changer, it's a heart changer, it's a mindset changer, stuff like that. That's what I think a true meaning of Christmas is, in a way, is giving, you know? And it definitely never does cost anything to be kind to anybody, you know? Open a door, you know? I think a lot of the times we close our doors to people, and it doesn't have to be our house, but how we are as people. We close our doors to people, you know what I mean? We keep constantly closing the door because, well, either one, we're too scared to face what's on the other side, or we just don't want to be taken advantage of. And, you know, I feel like that's a thing of, you know, love must be kind of blind in that aspect, you know? You can't automatically judge somebody or put somebody in front of you and say, well, this is how this person's acting, when you don't know the full thing about them. And they may just need that one thing that ultimately just changes their life. For example, one thing I love the fact is that Thanksgiving, we invited my uncle over. My uncle is, he's pretty cool, but he's had a lot of family problems, especially within our family. I'm not going to go into detail, but like, we've had a lot of problems. And so we invited him to Thanksgiving this year, and, you know, we connected. You know, I felt like we all connected, and we were being more of a family then at that point. And, you know, it could be a family member for y'all. You know, a family member that honestly y'all haven't talked to in such a long time that you need to invite back. Spend some time back, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a powerful thing when you can open someone's eyes. I think that's what it is. When you open somebody's eyes with kindness and what they need in life. I feel like that's the main thing people need to take from it, is that's the power of kindness. And that's the reason I pretty much made this a week early too, is because here's the thing. I highly encourage y'all to talk to somebody, you know? Talk to someone that you may have had a problem with, and you're like, man, I'm sorry. That's why I highly respect you, Titan, for doing that, by the way. I really do. For apologizing for your to your brother and stuff. I think that's a big thing to do. All right, what that does with your heart, by the way, as well, is it helps heal your heart. You know, it helps heal wounds inside of it that you probably could have for a long time. And if you know if you can nip that right where it's at, that will help it heal and create a better environment as well. It's always good to have that. A big thing, and I know this WhizDum Wednesday was really short. I made it real short because honestly, I think it was fine where it was, you know. It definitely feels better to, oh, and now I am emotional. I'm sorry, homie, listen, I don't mean to work the tears, but listen, man, here's the thing that I believe, alright? Even though you're emotional and, you know, you probably got tears, I ain't gonna lie, if you got tears, that's okay, homie, there's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, one of the best things you could do is, you know, just let that out. It's kind of like you hold up a cage locked up inside yourself in a way. And the more and more you hold the cage, the more and more you're going to get calluses and destruction on your hands, for example. And it eats you alive in a way. It's almost like grudge holding in a way, but not necessarily. And so I totally get that. And you know, one thing is, I know there's a stigma that's around there somehow. I don't know what it is, but it's, you know, the stigma of if you're a guy you can't cry kind of the deal. But here's the thing is that, like, you know, personally I feel like no matter what you are, who you are really, like, you know, I think if you're able to cry and be honest with how you are as a person, that's one of the most beautiful things about a person. I think it's one of the things that can really bring you out. And not only that, you know, it shows you, to me, that's a true man or a true woman that can really just admit that, hey, you know, I don't have it all together. Nobody has it all together. I don't have it all together. All right, like I mentioned, my car, the cars still don't freaking work, and I really wish I didn't have to have other people carpool me, kind of the deal. So that's there's definitely nothing wrong with it. I'm more fearful of my family, of having my family get infected with COVID than not being able to see them. Okay, and that's an understandable thing. I got you. Many of my family is high risk. Understandable. I got you. And I'm learning firsthand. Symptoms are very difficult for everybody, and very unpredictable is the scariest part. I understand, homie, and I got you. I will say it. I'm not trying to force your hand to make you act out of an uncomfortable atmosphere. Don't get me wrong. I will say comfortability does hold you back some, but it what do you call it? I'm not gonna say if I'm not gonna tell you to do something you don't want to do. All right, like it's completely up to you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say like, oh snap, you know, you're doing this because you're scared of, you don't want to face your family kind of thing. I'm not trying to say that about you. You know, everyone's got their own situations, and I know you know, you care about your family. I definitely know that. And you're an awesome dude, Mr. Thar, and I know you've known somebody who's had COVID as well. And so that thing right there is, you know, I know you definitely don't want to spread it, and I respect that, homie. But I will say is, if you can, try to go an extra mile and be like, you know, if you have to, and I'm not saying you should, but it's a suggestion, all right? Is, you know, if you can get on some video chat with them and just be able to, like, you know, pretend you're like Karen from from Plankton, you know, just move around in a robot costume or something. I'm messing with you, but I understand the unpredictability is the scariest part, because the symptoms are, and if they're high risk, you don't want to lose them because of you coming in. So I definitely get that. I will say, if it's possible, take those precautions when trying to meet them if you can meet them. But if you don't, if it's way too out of you wanting to do that, that's your decision. You know, I hope I don't make you feel like your decision, or what I think about what goes on with my WhizDum Wednesday thinks that it should ultimately affect your decision. I would prefer you to go and meet them, but that just depends on your situation and what you feel in your heart. So, but I do respect that. If your family's high risk, I do respect the fact that you would dial back. I understand. Nah, it's whenever someone tells me I'm doing a good job, I just get really happy and emotional. I got you, homie. Listen, man. Listen. Hey, you're doing a great job, homie. Keep doing that. I've always hated because I'm super sensitive. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, homie. Listen, here's the thing. A lot of people are sensitive. There's nothing wrong with being sensitive. I think it's more of an acceptance problem. You know what I mean? Like, I think people should be more accepting of people that are sensitive, and to not think that, oh snap, you know, you're a pansy because you keep crying a lot or something like that. I think it's messed up. I think it's great. I think it's good that you get emotional if you're told you're doing a great job, because hey, listen, in my opinion, that's a big step. All right. A lot of the times is like, sometimes we don't want to make the move to apologize to somebody else, and for you to make that move is a move of, I think, is a valuable thing to have in yourself. So, and please don't hate yourself because you're sensitive. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with you being sensitive. All right, everybody has their own hearts and their own ways of acting. You know. As long as you ain't shanking people, I'm not gonna have a problem with you, homie. You're good. Let's see. I have the situation. I think it's about just not talking and letting people. Hold up. Let me drink this some. Okay, I have the situation. I think it's about just talking and letting people know you're there, know you're their family or not. Okay, I got you. I learned yesterday that one of my coworkers has COVID. Oh snap, dude! Does that mean you're gonna have to go on your quarantine thing, like the 2-week quarantine thing? I will say, I have met 2 people, now actually 3, because Thar counts as the COVID positive for it. But I will say that like I've met 3 people with it, and they have been better. Like I've met one person I'm talking to on Instagram told me, and she was pretty rad about it. She told me how it was and stuff. I was like, dang, homie. And you know, you lose your taste and all that stuff. So I've definitely seen what it can do. And my worship leader at my church, she also caught COVID as well. So I'm not trying to say, like, also, I hope I didn't give off the vibe that, like, oh, I'm saying COVID's not a bad thing, because it is in a lot of certain cases, you know. Even the flu can still kill people, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, COVID's not going to hurt anybody, when in reality, COVID can hurt people, so that's why I'm saying, you know, you should still be cautious, but still take that extra mile to try to be there, you know. I tested positive for COVID and only got super tired. Okay, I got you. But my grandmother and uncle got it, and they can't stop coughing. Oh, okay, they still have it? Okay, I'm sorry, homie. We're worried about my grandmother. It's been 3 weeks and she's still coughing. Okay, I got you. Have y'all checked anything else, like, out for her? Like, gotten her any medicine or taken her to the doctor or anything like that by any chance? Let's see, I had a few days I slept like 16 hours. Yeah, I remember you talking about that before. But I've also gotten over illness fast. Okay, whenever I get the flu, it's a 1-day ordeal, peaking at the end of the day and then gone. Oh snap. I ain't gonna lie, dude, you're a lucky man. For me, if I get flu, it lasts like 3 days for me. Because flu sucks. Like, I hate the flu. So, but yeah, what do you call it? I'm sorry to hear about that for your grandma, by the way. And if that's the thing you've been needing to have prayers for, by the way, by any means, I'm still praying for you, homie, by the way, just letting you know. So I hope your grandma is gonna do really well, you know. See, you guys get the flu? No, I haven't gotten the flu. I don't think anyone's really gotten the flu at the moment, but I've gotten the flu before. I had the swine flu before as well. COVID could insta-kill me. My lungs aren't great, and I'm tall, so if I get COVID, I have like a 30% chance I don't make it if I get respiratory systems. Okay, I got you. And here's the thing, too. If you're high-risk people for it, then yes, I recommend taking those precautions. You know what I mean? Because if you have these situations where it's going to actually harm you, then that's a problem where you have to take these precautions. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that like you should go out there and just risk yourself dying. All right, like I'm not saying that. Like, I mean, if you feel like it's in your heart to go out there, even though it's a chance, then I would say take it. But what do you call it? You know, it's a scary thing for some of the people, and I'm not gonna lie. I guess I could have added that part in the WhizDum Wednesday as well, but I didn't really think about that. So I might redo some of that in the future, but I'm not really sure. I feel like it's meant for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's meant for a couple of other, like it's meant for anybody who hears it and gets that thing in their heart that rings them to do something else. You know what I mean? A lot of times we have things laid on our heart that we gotta do. If I tangent, just let me know also, because I sometimes tangent and I ramble. So I learned today that even after the 14 days, you still have the virus, but it is a low risk to spread it. So her body may still be getting rid of it. Okay, I got you. I will say this too, is that it is a low risk to spread it. I was around my worship leader literally right after the 2 weeks, like that day. And what do you call it? I haven't caught it, so I think it also depends on who you are as a person. I don't know the facts and the logistics of the full thing, but I do know that, like, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad mixed in with it. I'll tell you that, because I think a bunch of misinformation comes out too, and that really, like, confuses a lot of people. Last time I confirmed had the flu, I was out for 2 weeks. Oh snap, dude. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, homie. The flu ain't cool. But flu took you out for 2 weeks, dude. I'm sorry about that, man. I hope she gets better. Yeah, I agree. I hope she gets better, too. I took her to a doctor's appointment, which is how I got it. Okay, I got you. Otherwise, she insisted on not seeing us because she doesn't... Oh, that's sweet of her, dude. She's having what she needs delivered by the rest of the family that has her medical and financial info handy. Okay, I got you. That's why I'm doing online school, though it sucks. I understand. Online school is not the same as being out, like, in public kind of school, kind of the areas. Like, for me, if I had to do class online for my graphic design stuff, I couldn't handle it. Because it's harder to learn things online than... Well, I mean, you could learn online for sure, but... It's something that, like... You know, especially if you're a hands-on learner, hands-on stuff online is hard to do. Let's see. Pretty sure my lung capacity is lower than what it had been. I'm getting winded from activities that didn't wind me before. I got you. I got you. You may still be having some repercussions from it too. The person I was talking to said they still have it. They had, like, I think about a month ago they had COVID, and they're just now recovering their taste bud, kind of the deal. So. That's a general story I hear, is like the taste bud thing. So it may last a little bit for it. The devil said you can't withstand the storm. The prayer warrior said I am the storm. Exactly, homie, exactly. That's exactly what it was. I agree completely. That's cool. That's cool. What do you call it? Listen, I like how fast the worship leader got back up. It was pretty cool. So I guess, you know what? I guess my worship leader, she was the storm, homie. You know what I mean? That makes sense. It also came out that people recovered from COVID had scarring in their lungs similar to those that have inhaled fiberglass. Oh, dude. Dang, dude. I got you, man. That's freaky, dude. Well, I hope that that didn't happen to you, homie. But if it did, I'm still praying for you, homie. Homie. Because I wrote you down on my majestic prayer list, homie. So ain't no way I'm gonna, like, you know, what do you call it? Ain't no way I'm gonna forget. Which is why people aren't able to breathe the same afterwards. That makes sense. I gotcha. Yeah, if you're like I'll say this, like, if you're high risk or if you've had it before, I understand the decision to try and stay home. But I also think that if you're going to stay home, just try to get together with some people, you know, people who are like your family, you know, like your friend version of a family, kind of the deal. Like, that'll help out too. Like, I just feel like, you know, spending it with someone who cares about you is better than spending it alone, you know. What are your thoughts on cannibals? I don't like the fact that I don't think people should eat each other. I think that's a bit of a problem, personally.